Are you planning to start your own skincare brand? Then you find the right place. We created K-Beauty Manufacturing Guide, a 5-part video series to help you to create your idea into actual K-Beauty product. Hi everyone! Welcome to WITH.C Korea channel. Today in this series, I will walk you through the 5 essential manufacturing topics that every brand's owner should know and understand before they start their own brand. Are you ready? So, as I already mentioned, this is series. Today, we will discuss about the products, MOQ, and SKU. It also can be related with the cost. And the second is the lead time. Lead time is so very important, especially when you already set the launch date, target launch date. And the third is sample development process, which will be related with the formulation. And the last, packaging basic. It's also very critical point. And the last, there could be some timeline mistake you might confront in the future if you miss this point. So let's talk about it. Today, we are starting with product, MOQ, and SKU. What they are, and how they work, and some key points that you have to consider before you're placing your first order. Essential terms and practical examples. Let's start by clarifying the basics. What is SKU? An SKU means short for stock keeping unit, simply means the number of different product type you want to sell. Let me give you some example. Let's say I want to create my brand and I want to start with the basic line. Cleanser, toner, serum, and moisturizer. Here's my question. How many SKU my brand has in here? As you can already guess, SKU is 4. And the next question, and this is something I want you to really stress out because many clients actually confuse a little bit about this. Let's say I want to set the brand which is specialized for the body care, and I want to add the nice fragrance so I can always enjoy the fragrance. So one formulation, but I want to add 2 different fragrance. One is floral and the second one is a fruity fragrance. So depends on what they want, the customer can always go for their preferred fragrance. In this case, how many SKU this brand has? The answer is 2 SKU. Even though we use the same formulation base, when the fragrance is different, it becomes a totally different product. So the SKU is 2. What is MOQ? MOQ stands for minimum order quantity. Here's the important part. MOQ is per SKU, not the total quantity of all SKU combined. So let me give you some real-life examples. Let's say you want to launch a cleanser, serum, and a moisturizer as a simple skincare line. And if the MOQ is 5,000 units per product, the total production will be 15,000 units. Many clients mistakenly think an MOQ of 5,000 means 5,000 units in total. But in fact, it applies to each product. So you have to remember this point. What is a product category? This refers to the type of the products. For example, cleanser, skincare, body and hair care, sun care, and lip care, etc. How is MOQ determined? Now, let's consider MOQ. Before you set the MOQ, there could be so many other factors that you have to consider. But in a production perspective, I would suggest to consider 2 main factors. First is packaging MOQ, And the second thing is manufacturer production minimum quantity. Most packaging suppliers start their MOQ from 5,000 or 10,000, depends on the volume or the shape. So if you decide to go lower than 5,000 units, it means you have to go with the very standard molded packaging, and it will be very limited to differentiate the design. Also, the unit price per packaging will go higher. So it's also very important to focus on design enhancements like stickers or post-print finishing to differentiate from other brands. I want to give you an example from the brand Lush. When you see the Lush brand, they effectively uses minimal packaging and also uses easy to peel stickers to make recycling easily. And also they highlight its brand identity with the inner formulation and the design of the stickers. But if you increase the quantity to around 10,000 units or 5,000 units, you can customize the color and choose from the various packaging options. Moreover, you can even consider creating your own mold for a unique packaging design. In general, minimum production would be at around 5,000 units, and this would be the usually where you can get the competitive pricing. MOQ is determined by the mixing batch size and the filling line capacity. So if you go for small batch part, it will be around 1,000 to 3,000 units. And if you go for larger scale, then it will be around 5,000 units to 10,000 units, depends on the volume and the formulation. Keep in mind, because the fixed costs are spread over fewer products, it could result in a higher price per unit. On the other hand, when the MOQ is higher, those fixed costs are divided across more units. That means the cost per product goes lower, which feels much more reasonable once your brand starts scaling up. One more thing to keep in mind, if you start with a very small MOQ, like 1,000 units, you may have a hard time getting competitive pricing later when your order volume increases. That's because manufacturers working on a low MOQ line often raise the fixed costs as the quantity goes higher as well. There is one more point that you have to consider before you set the MOQ. Let's say you want to create something unique which can be very identity of your brands. For example, like a 2-layer mist or the powder cleanser, which is very unique. But 2-layer mist, you have to create 2 formulations and combine together. Then with such a formulation, it's a little bit difficult to go lower MOQ. Here is a quick summary of the pros and cons of a different MOQ. Keep this in mind when you're deciding on your MOQ setup. So today, we covered the key points to keep in mind of MOQ and SKU. If you want to discuss about this further for your own brands, please reach us out. I will be very happy to talk with you. So in our next video, we will talk about the lead time, so you can prepare your brand's timeline with a lot of confidence. Then see you next time!